As if we were actually like recording. You
What
want to
do
do
you
like the
mean?
intro and all that?
Yeah, I guess. Fuck it. You want to do it?
Shit. I'll go to try.
Let's go. We're live, I think, officially. Let
We're
me make
live
sure.
officially. Make sure no one's in, or else I'm gonna get nervous.
No one's in. No one's in. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna wait. I want to wait till everyone gets in.
Whoa, whoa. But you got to do it now for the people who are watching it after it's out.
All right. All right. What is up, everyone? This is the Hot Seat Podcast, brought to you by Playbook Sports. My name is Wilson. To my yo. No, to right beside me, I got my boy Anthony PV, Anthony Ramia, CEO of Yapping, in the building.
Yes,
Today,
sir.
today we're gonna be talking about the second half of the NFL draft. Last week we went over the first from picks 1 to 16, right?
So, yeah.
And
All
then
right. I'm going to let you cook. I'm going to let you cook. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah. So this week we'll be going over 17 to 32 from the NFL draft. We got some grades over here, also some hot takes we're gonna also dive into. And yeah, if this is something you're interested in, go ahead and stick tune it and watch the show.
Yes, sir. Will with the intro.
First intro since Christian.
Yeah, since 2018, Will.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, welcome to another banger, man. Simply put, if you guys were here earlier for the basketball stream, or are looking for where's ball, that's gonna come out tomorrow. We had like audio issues, so I gotta edit a little bit of it out, just so that you guys listen to it thoroughly. But yeah, that'll come out tomorrow. Today though, Will said it, man. Said it the best. We got hot takes. We got grading later, the latter half of the first round. You want to go first, man? We're both about to talk about the Falcons. Will said he got a hot take about the Falcons. I said I got a hot take about the Falcons. So let's ball. Shout out y'all for getting us to 153 subscribers. We hit 150. I texted y'all earlier. We're almost at 150. Now we're at 153. This is what love feel like.
No, let the numbers talk.
Everybody talks, but the numbers. I don't know. I couldn't finish that. My bad. Go cook. What's your hot take, Will?
Yeah, so we both talked about the Falcons. Before I start, you think yours is gonna be hotter than mine? I feel like mine. Some people could agree.
Oh, shit. My bad. I was trying to put you like
Damn.
full screen.
I mean,
My
the
bad.
backstage.
Is this it? Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go.
All right.
I don't know. I don't think mine's hot. I'm not gonna lie, but you cook. You do your thing. Just
Okay.
You got the stage.
Imagine we got the same one. That'd be pretty funny. All right. So my hot take is I think that the Falcons are gonna have a really similar regular season, if not the same regular season as the 2020 Steelers.
Ooh.
What you think about that?
I like it. I mean, I don't like it because I think they're gonna be good, but I could see it. Like, I feel like they have all the tools offensively. I feel like they have a decent defense as well. But yeah, I mean, I think the Steelers thing was their schedule that made them like kind of disappointing. Let's look at the.
It's actually the other way around. So Steelers. So just a little bit of backstory. 2020 Steelers.
You gotta check me right now.
They went 12-4, and that was I think Ben Roethlisberger's second to last season, and they lost in the wild card to the Browns. So they had a really good regular season, and they honestly had a solid team looking back at their depth chart. And in this scenario, I see the Falcons. They could be on the same road. If I'm saying this, if Kirk Cousins plays is a quarterback for the whole season, if Michael Penix comes in and plays a role, I think it'll be a complete different story. But the Falcons, they do have the easiest schedule among all the NFL teams, and just when you compare the players with Atlanta to Pittsburgh, it's very similar situation. I mean, you got an old quarterback, Kirk Cousins. He might not be, Ben Roethlisberger old at the time, But veteran quarterback with young receivers, also a solid defense as well. I mean, the Steelers, they had Cameron Hayward, TJ Watt, Mika Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden, Bud Dupree. And then the Falcons, they pretty much have, around the same key amount of players: Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, Grady Jarrett, and some other guys. And I think they're going to have a really good regular season, but then come out of the first round. I don't think they're going to make past the first round.
That's interesting. Not gonna lie, I like the take. We can look at their schedule here.
Yeah.
Carolina, that should be a win. Denver should be a win. Vegas should be a win. Minnesota and New Orleans should be wins. Then you get to Philly. That's where I feel like they're kind of tiered. I'd put them in Philly's tier. I do think the Falcons are legit. As far as like a first round matchup goes, I'd be kind of curious to see like who they'd match up against for them to lose. But I do think they're going to be good next year, especially because they have a lot of young kind of energy on the offense. I don't feel like the Steelers really had that. Maybe I'm mistaken. But that was like Juju was their wide receiver one, and everyone kind of knew Juju wasn't a real wide receiver one,
Yeah.
Drake London, on the other hand, like he's the truth. I feel like
The truth.
I think he's the next one, bro. I think he could definitely elevate himself next year into maybe not like the S tier, the top class of receivers, but I could see him being a tier down. But what do you think of that?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously Drake London is the best receiver amongst that core. I think he's obviously gonna have a better season as well. Uh, I mean, the main difference I see with the Steelers and Falcons is I actually think the Steelers had a better defense than the Falcons, and the
Definitely.
Steel- they didn't the Steelers didn't have like a tight end either, like how the Falcons have Kyle Pitts. So there's like one difference in there, a couple differences. Um, I think Drake London will elevate. Like I think they're gonna have a great regular season. That's what I'm saying. But I think because their schedule is so easy and they're not gonna go against so much competition that they're gonna fall short in the playoffs.
But bro, they do play against good teams too. Like I wouldn't. Their schedule is really easy for sure. It's definitely the easiest schedule because they play a lot of like the shitty teams. But they also play the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Chiefs. If Herbert's healthy, the Chargers could be a problem. Not a problem, but like they could win at any given night. And then the Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield showed to be a team that can make it to the second round of the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
So like the Steelers, I wonder. It was 2020.
Yeah.
I wonder like if they played any legitimate teams that year.
Yeah, we can go ahead and take a look.
Because the whole thing was they started off 11-0.
Yeah.
But they beat the Ravens. I think that was the year. Was Lamar hurt that year or no?
Uh,
I guess I could click on it. I don't know why. I'm out here bullshitting. Yeah, no, Lamar actually played. So they beat the Ravens twice. They beat Jacksonville. Was Jacksonville Trevor? No, it was Minshew. Who else? They beat the Bengals. I don't think the Bengals were any good. Cowboys,
I think
Eagles.
Cowboys were solid.
But honestly, I feel like I remember this as like they beat on a lot of shitty teams, and it doesn't really look like that. But maybe we're rewriting history right now.
Yeah. I mean, they did go 12-0, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like they did have a hot start, and I don't know. I think that's something that's pretty realistic in this case. I think that varies similar situations. What's your hot take though?
Okay, I'm gonna give myself the stage now. Let me know whenever you want to hop back in. Will raise your hand because I could see you. Okay. If I were to regrade the Penix pick, I think I gave it what, a C minus, something like that. I think I would grade it a B plus now. Okay. Listen, this is what I'm thinking, right? I think the Falcons big brained us because if you look at their holes like on their team, like they don't really have anything that they really needed to address. Sure, like getting some skill positions on the defensive end would have helped, or bolstering their D line would have helped, but they don't really have a hole where they need dudes. Kirk Cousins is questionable to play the first 2 weeks of the season. He's not a long-term option at quarterback. And then maybe like they just didn't want to do the Jordan Love shit that happened, you know? And I feel like when you compare Penix to some of the quarterbacks coming next year, like Shedeur Sanders, for example, I think Shedeur Sanders and Michael Penix are about equals, but Shedeur Sanders is younger. And let's be honest, the Falcons probably wouldn't be able to draft Shedeur Sanders if they're a decent team next year with Kirk Cousins. Carson Beck is another dude on a lot of draft boards that should be going high next year. But no Georgia quarterback has ever worked out in the NFL other than Matthew Stafford. And if you count Hines Ward, Quinn Ewers is another dude that's kind of gunning for a top job next year, or going to be one of the top quarterbacks next year. And he doesn't even have like his job locked down because Arch Manning's there. And then there's other dudes like Drew Allar, Cam Ward, who I'm not going to sit here and act like I know much about. But this time last year, I knew who Michael Penix was. You know, and I don't know these guys, so I don't think they're going to be on the same level as him. And then if you really look at it, where there's really like 3 guys you could maybe argue are better than Penix, I wouldn't. There's like 8 teams that need to draft a quarterback next year. Like if the Browns have another struggling year with Deshaun Watson, I think they would go after a quarterback. If Brock Purdy doesn't look like this god that we all kind of think he is off of 2 seasons, then the 49ers definitely would target a quarterback. We all know the Raiders are definitely going to draft a quarterback next year. The Lions, what if Goff just shits the bed, goes back to the old Goff? Then yeah, I could see a world where the Lions realistically draft a quarterback. Seahawks definitely going to need to draft a quarterback. Titans definitely going to need to draft a quarterback. The Rams definitely going to need to draft a quarterback. Panthers, if Bryce Young has a bad year, would you be surprised if they went after a quarterback? Saints, I don't think Spencer Rattler is really the answer for a long-term winning position at quarterback. Arizona, if Kyler Murray's struggling. Chargers, if Herbert's unreliable and stays getting injured. So it's like all these teams are going to be looking for a quarterback next year. There's 5 or 6. I don't think really any of them you could say are better than Michael Penix. Maybe you could argue it. But I just don't think they get that value next year, and then maybe next year they target a more valuable position. But Will, what you think?
I think you did a really deep analysis with that, and I think I could slightly give it a better grade, but it really just depends how the Falcons work the situation. I think if Kirk Cousins plays and starts for the next like 2 seasons for the Falcons, I would still grade this a bad grade. If Penix does come in and take over in the situation, I feel like I'd definitely give it a higher grade. So it really just depends how Atlanta's gonna work this out. I just I think the contract is a really big thing with me. You know, they signed such a big contract with him, and honestly, like it must have been like, you know, he wanted this amount, and like we needed a quarterback at this time, so it just seemed like a pretty desperate situation. And
Yeah.
I think after a lot of film study and watching Penix within the combine and how he played, I think it really amused Atlanta. So I would agree in a situation that that it, you know, they did think that route, because you're right. Like in next year's draft, there's not going to be a lot of quarterbacks that are up that tier as it is in today's draft, or this recent draft. So I think it's good for them to kind of go after a high quarterback like that. Penix is just a little bit older. He's 24 already, so it's just, you know, there's not much time left for him as to say if you drafted any other rookie quarterback, because usually they're a little bit younger
Yeah.
in this situation.
Yeah. I mean, that covers my hot take. You did a good job breaking down it. That covers your hot take. You want to start grading some of these draft picks?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do let's dive into that.
So we're gonna start. We obviously did picks 1 through 16. If you haven't seen that, you could check that out on our YouTube. But watch this one first because it's not like we're gonna spoil anything from then. We're starting at pick 17 with the Vikings selecting Dallas Turner. I'll lead off. I gave this one an A+, dude. I think Dallas Turner. Although I was a Quinion guy, as far as D line goes, Dallas Turner is by far the best defensive D lineman in this draft. You could argue best defensive player in this draft. And then with them losing Danielle Hunter, Dallas Turner fills that spot immediately. They are going a lot younger. Now you got J.J. McCarthy, Jefferson, Jordan Addison. And then you could start building this defense and making it a little younger too, to where they could really come out and make some noise.
Yeah. I mean, you said it, A+ over here. Obviously, there was a trade in place, and I think that trade was necessary at this position in time. Seeing Dallas Turner drop to 17 is like unbelievable. I think he was the best defensive prospect coming in this draft, and with Danielle Hunter, like you said, he fills in the spot right away. So that's just a perfect situation in Minnesota. It makes
Yep.
the JJ McCarthy pick a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree. Next pick, I guess smooth transition, nothing to argue about. Amarius Mims to the Bengals. The Bengals also recently this week lost Tyler Boyd to the Titans. The Titans are the weirdest fucking team in the NFL right now.
Dude, yeah, Traylon Burks is a receiver 4. That's that's
Yeah.
that's kind of like they have 4 like okay mid. It's like a really it's I would give it
Don't
the
throw mid
mid.
around, bro. Don't throw mid around.
Nah, I'd give it the mid quad, the mid quad, the mid quad.
What do you mean, bro? Hopkins and Ridley are. I mean, Ridley had a mid-season last year for his standards, but
You really
to
think Will Levis is gonna elevate their production though?
no, 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 no. I'm not gonna sit here and say that either. Not. I'm not about to sit here and ride for a dude who puts fucking mayo in his coffee. But
What?
Will, you never heard that? Will Levis puts like mayo in his coffee.
Dude, that's crazy. why
That's
I
what I'm
go
saying.
with them.
I'm not. I'm not about to ride for that. So I don't think he'll elevate him, but it's good to have like young quarterback with an actual receiver core. I feel like we say that all the time. Where like Bryce Young last year had no one. That's why he was asked. Now this year he's still going to be asked, but he actually has dudes. So we're going to see what he does this year. But yeah, they go out there and draft O-line, Amarius Mims. I graded this one a B+. What did you think?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I give it a B. I think it's a solid pick. I would say they did lose quite a bit on the defensive side, and I know like I think it was like Trey Hendrickson or Sam Hubbard that requested a trade, right? I
Hendrickson,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know like if it was just like obviously it was a contract thing, but I don't know like if he's like that serious about leaving Cincinnati. Um, but they did lose a bit on the defensive side, so I would say that could have been an option at this time. There was a lot more defensive opportunities, defensive guys to go to.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not mad at this pick, honestly. I mean, giving Joe Burrow more protection is what you need. At the end of the day, the quarterback is the most important player on the offense. So
Yeah, I feel like I've done this with every team that's drafted an O-lineman, but it just goes out and kind of tells Joe Burrow, like, we're serious about preserving you. We're serious about preserving your career. I gave it a B+, though, because they only really have lost Tyler Boyd. I know there's, like, questions about T, questions about Hendrickson, but they've only really lost Tyler Boyd. I feel like they probably should have went after one of the corners that was available after losing so much on the defensive end. So I feel like there was definitely bigger positional needs. But I feel like it is a good thing to preserve Joe Burrow and let him know, like, yo, we're riding with you, Joey.
exactly.
Next dude, Jared Verse goes to the L.A. Rams to replace Aaron Donald, kinda.
Jay Verse.
Just a D lineman. What do you think about this? They drafted a lot of D linemen. Um, I think they drafted 2 or 3 dudes to play the D line. I want to say.
Yeah, they were really looking for that AD replacement.
Uh huh. Well,
So I gave this an A minus. I think Jared Verse was I think that kind of pick was the right pick to go, but I think Josiah Newton would have been a better option in this
yeah.
case. I do think he's a better prospect, but obviously not bad at Jared Verse. I think he's one of the next guys up when you're talking about linebacker slash D line. Um, I know they did draft Braden Fisk, which they kind of compared. There was like a graphic going on where they were comparing like his physiques and like styles to AD, and it
Hmm.
was almost like the same exact like you know height, weight, like wingspan, and
But that
like
don't mean nothing.
exactly. So I think like me personally, I would have drafted Josiah Newton, and it's kind of crazy how he fell to the second round, but
We love Jersey. We're a Jersey Newton
for
pod,
real.
bro. We're about to ride for him this year. He's gonna be the next fucking who is the dude they traded? Did they have Montez Sweat? Was that them? Or have the Bears always had him?
No, I think they did. Yeah, they traded him.
So like he's gonna be that next dude, next face of the Commanders line. Um, I actually like
No, I
this.
mean,
What were you say?
nah, I was gonna say like, and then they already have like Jonathan Allen too, so that's like
Yeah,
that's gonna be a crazy duo,
I grade that pick at A plus plus plus.
100%.
That's a dog. You got Sonic? Is that what you're sipping on?
Nah, it's
Kava?
um, it's playbook water.
It's purely fresh.
We're not allowed to sponsor anything.
You're right. We're about to get shut down. Back to
Nah,
it. I
it's
gave Jared
Chick-fil-A.
Verse an A. Lockdown. Oh, shout out Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Jared Verse got an A for me. Kobe Turner and Jared Verse should be one of the, if not the best young D lines in the whole NFL. He's gonna have a lot of unfair pressure to kind of replace. I almost said Anthony Davis, Aaron Donald. Um, and I hope he fills his shoes, but I don't expect that from him. And then yeah, like another thing about this draft is a lot of the defensive players obviously are going to be graded a little bit higher because they all kind of slid. So it's like getting Jared Verse, who honestly I think Jared Verse was mocked around this range, but like a lot of the defensive players like Dallas Turner, for example, like is going to be an A plus because you got him at pick 17. Um, Steelers go O line Troy Fatanu. I think we both had him going to the Raiders. I want to say. Oh no,
We
that was
had
Fuaga.
Chicago. Yeah, I had Troy. I don't think I had him going first round. Did I?
I actually didn't either. I mixed him up. That's on me.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of linemen getting drafted in the first round. So,
Uh huh.
but I mean I graded this I graded this B plus. I think in this case, them getting Russell Wilson, obviously they want to bring him the best protection, and just adding another rookie tackle, just is a plus for them. I
Yeah.
think their defense is already solid enough. Um, they went to grab Patrick Queen off season and a couple of the other guys. So I think this was the right pick.
I gave it a B plus. I liked it. I think they needed a wide receiver, but they did draft my boy Roman Wilson at 320 in the third
That's your
round.
boy, man.
Yeah, that
That's
is
your
my guy.
boy.
That's my guy. But my kind of question or what I wrote down is like, I think the Steelers could be sneaky really good, bro. With Pickens, Roman Wilson's gonna come in there and do what Deontay Johnson did. Now they have a little bit more O line. I feel like their defense is always banged up. It's coming into this season healthy. Their line right now is 8.5 on wins. Would you smash that?
I gotta look at the schedule, man. I like it. I like
Let's
it.
look at
The
it.
way it sounds, I like it.
I didn't even think like that. Let me see. Let me find NFL. Oh shit! I was looking at the whole NFL schedule, NFL team schedule. Steelers. Let me pull this up. Let's see this. Let's break this down right now. We gotta definitely in the off season. We gotta go through every team's over unders.
All right.
Here we go. Damn, that schedule actually looks tough.
Yeah, that looks pretty tough.
So Ravens, they'll probably lose. Bengals, they'll probably lose. I think people are sleeping on the
I
Browns.
think they get the Bengals.
Really?
I think it'll be 1-1.
Okay, split.
Twice. Yeah.
Okay. I think they'd get the Cowboys. I like the Steelers better than the Cowboys this season.
Yeah, I like that.
Chargers, I think they get.
Yeah.
Giants, I think they get. So it's 4 on them.
Mm-hmm.
I see the Raiders and the Broncos down there, so it's 6. Commanders, 7. Colts, I'd probably take them over the Colts. I think they could sneak beat like the Falcons, split the Browns, split the Bengals. They could beat Baltimore too.
So that's over 8 already, I think.
Yeah, I see them as like a 10-win team.
Dude, that division is just so tough, bro.
That's true. And it's like exhausting to have to go against like real competition every week. What are you taking the Steelers or the Jets?
Like, as in, like, the better team? Or
Better
like,
record.
Better record? Well, the Jets do have a pretty easy schedule, too.
Really?
So
Bill? I don't know. I can't even do that.
I would probably take the Jets. I think I'd take the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a way easier schedule. I wonder what their line is. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Yeah, we could go into a chop. You gave your grade, right?
For the Steelers, yeah. I do want to say though, I think they had a great draft. The Steelers, they drafted Troy Fautanu. They drafted Roman Wilson. Was it in the second round?
Third.
Third round. Okay, so they had 2 third-round picks then.
Late third.
They also drafted Peyton Wilson, the linebacker, and I know like in a lot of mock drafts he was going first round. So
Really?
I think that was a sneaky pick they had.
Okay, sneaky
So
steal.
I think they had a solid draft. One of the best in my opinion.
I like the Texans draft. My boy Kamari
Are you a
Lassiter.
Texans fan?
What?
Are you a Texans fan?
Name every player in Texans history. Name every Bronco ever.
Will Levis.
Not 5. What pick is this? 21?
21.
Chop Robinson goes to the Dolphins to fill the hole they got after losing Christian Wilkins. I got it at a B+. Me personally, I think Chop Robinson was the best pick here available probably for them, but I just feel like they should have traded this pick away. Like the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game since the year 2000. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy. Is that the next biggest drought?
It's the biggest drought.
Oh, is that the biggest drought right now? Yeah. That's insane.
It's ridiculous. Since the year 2000, they haven't won a playoff
Bro,
game.
they have such a good team right now too.
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. You just
I think
saw
they'll break
die.
it.
You think that bro, it's like if they didn't break it I know they played KC, but I thought they should have beat KC. They haven't beat it in the last 2 years. Like I think they should have made a move to get. Did they even get really better this offseason?
Odell.
I guess. Odell's about to go crazy in Miami.
Jonnu Smith is not bad from their tight end. I think they added a couple of linemen.
Released X Howard, got rid of Christian Wilkins, and got Jonnu. That's kind of it, bro. And then drafted Chop Robinson.
They have a lot of vets. They have a lot of vets on this team. They have Jordan Poyer. They got Kendall Fuller as well.
But you think that's better than Christian Wilkins and Xavier Howard? Like I feel like they
I don't
got
think it's,
worse.
I don't think it's better, but I mean they did have a lot of people injured, right? I mean the playoffs when they played the Chiefs, they were
That's
basically
true.
they were practically missing their like half their defense. So I gave this pick a B. I think what the Dolphins kind of thought because Chop Robinson plays the same position as Jalen Phillips,
Uh
and
huh.
Jalen Phillips is like one of their guys already. So I think in this case, what they're thinking is that hey, we already had all these players that got injured last season. I think Jalen Phillips, I think he tore his like Achilles or something like that. So maybe like they're saying like, these guys they're not sure if they're gonna come back to like their full potential. And then you already have Bradley Chubb, which deals with injuries already. Jordan Poyer, who's already like on the older side. I think he had injured last year too. Like other guys like Javon Holland. So I think they just wanted to get a healthier, younger defensive guy.
Uh huh.
In this case, um, and I don't know. I still would have went Jazanian in this case because he would have been a great replacement for Christian Wilkins since he's a
Yes.
tackle as well. But I'm not mad at this pick either. I
Who's
think
gonna win
Chops.
this division, bro? The Bills got worse, obviously. Dolphins, I
Mhm.
feel like got worse. Jets are gonna actually have a quarterback. Patriots, y'all know where you're gonna end up. Um, but
I
like
think
I
the
don't,
Jets.
the Jets,
I think the Jets will be first seed.
bro. I think the Bills still.
Really?
Yes, I think like, I mean, I don't know if the numbers will say this, but the Bills games I watched last year, it kind of felt like Diggs was really quiet last year. I know they lost Gabe Davis too, but I don't think they really needed Diggs. Their defense will still be good, if not like average to good, and then Josh Allen is enough, dude. I don't. I'm starting to. This might be a hot take, but I'm starting to get vibes from Garrett Wilson like he's a little overrated at this point.
Overrated.
Like
Would you
I
rate
don't.
him at a top 15?
I need to hear names. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it, man.
Let's go, Garrett Wilson or
All right. Let's see.
I don't believe in Garrett Wilson that much, bro. I don't think he's like I think he's a good his play style is like a great wide receiver too. You know?
Mm-hmm.
What did he, and I think Garrett Wilson had a good year last year. He went over at that wow.
Let's see. All right. Yeah, this or you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
All right. CeeDee Lamb. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Lamb.
taking CD.
We're taking Tyreek.
I'm taking Tyreek.
Taking Jamal. Or not
Jamal.
Jamal. Jamar. Jamar
Jamar.
Chase.
I was like, damn, who the fuck? I'll take
Jamal
Jamar.
Charles. Justin Jefferson. We're taking right.
I'm taking Justin Jefferson.
Amon Ra.
I'm taking Amon Ra.
AJ Brown.
I'm taking AJ Brown, like without a question.
Puka.
I'm taking Puka.
Okay. So in this is like I think this is like a fantasy football ranking. So Garrett Wilson will be next in this list.
Okay, then who's after
Almost
that?
Devontae. Taking Devontae.
Devontae Adams or Smith? I'm
Adams.
taking Devontae Adams, definitely.
Okay. Chris Olave.
No, I'm taking Garrett
No.
Wilson.
Okay. Mike Evans.
I'm taking Mike Evans over Garrett Wilson currently.
Okay.
You're not agreeing with
Mike.
that? You're not rocking with that?
I don't know. I mean, they did get Mike Williams too, so. But I feel like
I,
Mike Evans is kind of in the same situation because they have Chris Godwin too.
I'm not talking fantasy, though. I'm talking as a receiver.
Like, are you talking about like the performance next year, or just like overall like skill set?
Skill set.
Skill set. Okay. I don't know, like you're talking about now skill set, right?
Yes, currently.
I
Next
don't
season, who I'd
know.
rather have?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because Mike Evans, he's kind of getting there, but he's
He's
still
Mike
Mike
fucking
Evans, you know.
Evans, bro.
I would say a coin flip on that. What about Michael Pittman Jr.?
I'll take Michael Pittman every fucking day of the week.
Okay, Drake London.
I'll take Drake London.
Okay, so that's like
It's like
12.
12.
Marvin Harrison,
Yes, Marvin Harrison Jr. for sure.
13. DK.
DK, I would take DK. That one's closer though. That's where we're getting.
Okay, Nico Collins.
I'll take Nico.
Stop, bro.
I'll take Nico Collins.
Stop, bro.
I will. Nico Collins is a dog, bro. If you
Yeah,
if
bro.
you put Nico, what is that? Oh, if
Robbie.
you my there was an ad playing in my ear from ESPN. If you swap Nico and Garrett Wilson last year, Garrett Wilson is not having as good of a year as Nico.
Stop, bro.
Say I'm lying.
Stop.
Say I'm lying.
You're lying, bro.
I'm not. If you swapped him, come on, bro. Nico was a monster last year.
Dude, Garrett Wilson would double that.
Stop it, Nico. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you sit here and lie, bro. I'm not gonna let you sit here and lie. Who else?
Deadass.
Who else? I want to go till it gets disrespectful.
Debo.
I'm taking Debo. Easy. Is that disrespectful?
Mm-hmm.
My boy's chugging.
I'm taking some creatine pills.
This
Shout out
late?
creatine. Yeah, no, it's pretty late, bro. I forgot. So I was like, fuck, let me just take it real quick.
Aren't you supposed to take that before you work out?
So that's what people say, but it really doesn't matter as long as you take them consistently throughout the day.
Damn, you're popping them like Advil, bro.
Dude, I'm like on like a lot of supplements, bro.
Rise and grind. No, I'm taking Debo. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
You're crazy. Devontae Smith.
I'm taking Devontae Smith.
Brandon Ayuk.
I'm taking Ayuk.
Stephon Diggs.
I'm taking Diggs.
DJ Moore.
I'm taking DJ Moore. DJ Moore was like the first dude that popped in my head.
Okay, so
He's
so he's outside of top 20 then.
Let's keep going.
Jalen Waddle.
Nah, I'm taking Garrett Wilson.
Okay. Cooper Cup.
As a receiver,
Don't say it, bro.
I'll take Garrett Wilson.
Okay. Cooper's
Coop
in a
wasn't
good
all that.
system.
Yeah, he wasn't all that last year.
Rasheed Rice.
I'm taking Garrett Wilson. Okay, we can stop there. So he's just like just outside, and I don't think I'm wild for that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think there's a few other names on here too that I might take over Garrett Wilson too. So
Say him.
T. Higgins.
I'll take Garrett Wilson actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I would actually take T.
I feel like if actually no, I'd take T. You're right. I was thinking about it like if T. Higgins was on the Jets, I feel like T. Higgins would get more targets than Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Okay. What about any of the last one? What about Neighbors or Rome? Would you take them?
I take both of them, bro. I'll take both of them.
Damn, bro. So
I take
bro,
both
you
of
have
them.
them like falling out at 25, top 25.
That's
basically.
what I'm saying, bro. So if you're in a fantasy league with me, bro, don't trip. I'm not picking them. Don't
Damn,
sweat it.
well, I'm glad I'm in your league.
Oh, I don't even know how we got there, bro.
So yeah, we kind of fell in line.
We were talking about Chop Robinson, right?
Yeah, it wasn't Job Robinson to fucking Garrett Wilson.
How did we get
Garrett
there?
Wilson top 25.
Oh, you know what it was? We were talking about the division.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Quinion Mitchell, bro. This to me might be the best pick of the draft, bro.
I wouldn't disagree.
A plus 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 plus. Going from the expectation of them getting Cooper DeJean at this pick to ending up with Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, the Eagles won the draft, bro. And now you can move Slay and Bradbury for like assets. Ball out. It ain't even my birthday, but I can ball if I want to.
Dude, they got Quinion and Cooper.
It's ridiculous.
That's redonkulous.
Donkey. I'm guessing A plus.
Dude, yeah, there's nothing to say, bro. A plus right here. I think the pick speaks itself. You know.
Easy. We could go to the next one. Brian Thomas Jr. Jaguars. I put it at an A minus.
Okay, why not A plus?
I think my only knock, and maybe this isn't even with the draft pick, but I feel like they kind of fucked up and they should have went after a more wide receiver 1-esque receiver in free agency instead of having to rely on the draft. Like Gabe Davis is cool. He's going to be a good support for Brian Thomas, help Brian Thomas develop. And I think Brian Thomas, you could argue, other than maybe Marvin Harrison Jr., has like one of the highest ceilings in the draft just off of situation he's in next season. And he also has like Christian Kirk there. So I think Brian Thomas is going to have a good year. I just think as far as the pick goes, they should have probably went after someone in free agency.
I could agree with that. I mean, in this case, you have like a lot of receivers in Jacksonville that are within the same tier. I think by the end of the season, I could see Brian Thomas coming out as a receiver 1.
I agree.
So, man, we got the same thoughts basically. You know, we know ball.
We do. Check it out.
Take it out. What's it called? Yeah, I think I gave this a B plus. I think it was one of the right picks. I think they'd either go here or defensive player. But I think their defense is already solid enough for them to go take a receiver like that. I think, like you said, he comes into a situation where he's already comfortable in. I mean, back at LSU, you know, he played with neighbors. So with Christian Kirk and Gabe Davis complimenting him on the side, I think he runs into a great situation, and I think this is great for his development too.
Definitely. This is like the spot to be to develop, bro.
Exactly.
Next pick, Terry and Arnold to the Lions.
Mr. Arnold.
What'd you grade it?
I gave it an A plus, man.
Really?
I think this pick was a steal. Honestly, I mean, every defensive player at this point is a steal, but you know, they needed a cornerback. They've been dying for a true cornerback 1, and you know them getting.
And they drafted a cornerback 2.
Excuse me.
And they drafted a cornerback 2.
I mean, Quinion is the cornerback 1, that's for sure. But I would argue like Terran Arnold is the next guy, or maybe the third guy up.
But
so,
he was the cornerback 2 on his team, is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the same situation as like, you know, Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors. You know, two elite receivers.
So that's team. Like, why wouldn't the Giants have taken Brian Thomas there? You feel me? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I gave this a C plus because as far as like positional need, they made the right pick. They need a cornerback. But I had Kool-Aid and Cooper DeJean as better corners in this draft than Terry and Arnold. Made this clear throughout cornerbacks, draft process, all that. So I just feel like Terry and Arnold's like kind of an overrated prospect to me. As far as like the experts go, they might have him higher, but I'm the one grading this, you know? The experts aren't grading this list for me. I'm the one grading it, and I didn't really rock with Terry and Arnold that much as far as looking at stuff goes, so I gave it a C+.
Yeah, you're a hater, bro. I think he's still cornerback 2, cornerback 3 in this draft, coming in this draft. I think, in this sense, I think he fits the system in Detroit. I think it's not just like because he was a cornerback too in college, but I think his physicality is great, and he complements the system. I mean, they already have Carlton Davis over there, and then they also drafted Rakestraw in the
Good
next
pick.
round. So I think having all those like above average corners is it's going to elevate his game, and I think in this case it's going to work out. So
Hey, I'm rooting for him. I'm never gonna root against someone, but
now you
that
are, bro.
I'm just a hater. No, I'm a hater for this next pick, bro. Jordan Morgan to the Packers, bro. And most in all of my pre-draft work, I never heard of this dude getting drafted to the Packers. There was a lot of better O linemen available, so
Hmm.
I gave it an F.
You gave it an F.
I gave it an F.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this like lineman like tier, I think it was like one of the mid guys when it comes to linemen because I didn't have him go in the first round either. I give it a C. I think there were a few more linemen that would have been a better situation for this.
Uh huh.
I know they did lose David Bakhtiari, so I think they were just trying to fill up his spot. But the next guy up, he's only 24, Rashid Walker. Um, I think, and they didn't draft him not long ago, so it's like you already drafted a left tackle that you were looking to like develop in this case, and you go out and draft another one. I think maybe they just didn't like Rashid at the time. They just want to give it a switch, but I don't know. Like drafting two left tackles within 2 to 3 years is a little bit questionable in my opinion.
Especially with like Tyler Guyton still on the board, bro. Like I don't
Hmm.
know. It just seemed like a unnecessary. It seemed like a reach to me. Like you could have traded back if you wanted this dude that bad. But not praying on no downfalls. Hoping he works out. Hoping you ball, youngin.
You had them drafting Nate Wiggins, so would you have liked for them to draft a cornerback instead?
I would have preferred a cornerback over this bum.
Damn, you hate Terry Arnold and Jordan Morgan. They're on the hit
I'm
list
not
now.
hating. I'm just saying what I'm grading. I'm just saying what I analyze. Like if
Okay,
I
okay,
put a
okay.
cornerback on there, like I would rather them draft a cornerback than this bum I never heard of. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
No disrespect to you, Jordan Morgan. Again, ball
Understandable.
out, bro. But uh, Graham Barton, another O lineman, goes off the board. Don't really care about this pick. Don't really feel a type of way about this pick. Give it a B.
Lineman, it could be boring at times. I give it a B as well. I think we
B for
both
boring.
had exactly. I think we both had them drafting a defensive guy, right?
Let me see.
You had them
Um,
drafting Josanian, which I think
would have been
would
better.
have been great. I mean, they do have Vita Vea still. I had them drafting Child Robinson. In this case, he already went, so I think Josanne would have been a compliment over there.
Little
Um,
Shaq and Kobe.
yeah, maybe corner because I know they did lose Carlton Davis, so that could have been a spot to fill.
They could have went
Um,
Nate Wiggins here.
yeah, oh, that would have been nice. That would have been perfect. But I'm not mad at this pick.
I'm not mad either. I had Burton going in the first round, so that's why it's
Yeah,
just a B. It's just more boring. Phil said Raiders. Shout
B
out
for one.
PC3. B for Raiders. Uh, Your next pick on the board, Cardinals draft Darius again, bro. Darius Robinson. Shout out Darius Robinson. I get into this point of grading, bro. I was kind of like, I want to get to the next guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Then the next names on the board is where it gets kind of interesting. But yeah, actually gave this pick an A.
there's.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you a player currently on the Cardinals D line, so shout out them for getting a D lineman.
Yeah, I gave it a B minus. I think that was kind of the right pick to go, like you said. But I'm gonna say this again, third time saying it. Zuzania, man, Zuzania.
Yes.
I think that would have been phenomenal if they picked Zanian. I
That's
would
what
give it
they
an A plus.
needed.
That's what they needed, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at this pick as well. I think Darius Robinson is going to contribute pretty well. Obviously, like you said, their defense isn't the best at this time, so he's gonna he's gonna.
Oh, did we lose Will?
What happened?
Yo, oh, you froze for a second. You said he's gonna what?
I think he's still gonna like produce at a high level just because like Arizona, they're not one of the top defenses right now. So um,
He's gonna get his reps in.
exactly.
Okay, this is the pick that I wanted to talk about.
Hmm.
Xavier Worthy going to the Chiefs. Obviously, probably the most like I don't want to say controversial, but one of the more talked about players in the draft going to the most talked about team in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't know where I want to start with this. I guess I'll start with this. I'll start with this. Did you see the thing about Kansas City? We're calling the Seahawks about DK.
Not talk about it.
They were so pretty much for this pick. Kansas City was trying to get DK, like trade for it, and like that would have fucking shook the room, bro. If they had fucking DK, bro, like, and that's why I don't like this pick that much because I think Xavier Worthy, if he was drafted into a situation where he could be a support wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, it would be good. But it's looking like Rashee Rice is going to be out, so Xavier Worthy is going to have to end up being the wide receiver 1 there probably, unless like you're going to trust McCole Hardman or whoever else the fuck they got, Sky Moore, who I think they're going to cut, right?
They got Hollywood.
Okay, you're right, but still, bro, like we better sit here and gas up Hollywood, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't. Shout out Xavier Worthy. He's gonna be able to get his reps next season. And like in this offense, bro, I think they could utilize him really well. But like there was dudes on the board like Lad McConkey, for example, who I think they could have utilized the same way that you'd utilize Xavier Worthy, and he has more like actual wide receiver talent. Same thing with like Keon Coleman. There was dudes on the board that could have picked.
So what do you grade this pick?
I give it a C.
C. Wow.
C for Coleman.
C for Coleman. So
Jalen Polk.
Okay.
Troy Franklin, who you guys got so late. Like I would have taken him over Xavier Worthy.
Really? So you're not for Xavier Worthy then?
Bro, my whole thing is like a lot of people in this community talk about like draft positioning and like the value that now Xavier Worthy has as a first round pick. And to me, it's like if I'd rather have Adonai Mitchell, if Adonai Mitchell slipped to the 6th round, I would way rather rock out with Adonai Mitchell because I think talent beats all that bullshit out. Like Xavier Worthy's fast, and he was picked in the 1st round, cool. John Ross was picked in the top fucking 10 picks and he was fast. And what the fuck happened to him? You know what I mean? Like that shit don't really matter too much. I feel like it's just about skill when you're at the NFL level, it's about skill, bro. Speed could work in college, it could work in high school, but when you're in the NFL, bro, like you got to be a great receiver. And Xavier Worthy's a average receiver with great speed. Not an average NFL receiver, like an average college level receiver with great speed. I don't think that shit's gonna work out in the NFL, personally.
Yeah, I mean it all depends about the health, right? If he stays healthy and everything, that was the main issue with John Ross. I think if he stayed healthy, he would have been great.
You think John Ross would have been great?
If he stayed healthy,
what did John Ross do in the NFL, bro?
he got hurt. we didn't know. We couldn't know his full potential because he always got hurt.
But was he even good the games he played? I guess he was hurt off rip, huh?
Yeah. Bust before he could even play.
But bro, in his 2nd season, he played 13 games, had 200 yards. You know, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I think Xavier Worthy is gonna be that bad, but I don't know. Like, Come on. You feel me?
A little bit. I mean, I do disagree with the draft pick. I think so. I would actually give this an A plus, just because I don't think Xavier Worthy is in terms of like the next best receiver. I think there are better receivers than Xavier Worthy,
Uh
but
huh.
in terms of the situation, I think he fits best in the situation. I mean, we already saw with Kansas City before when they had Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and McCole Hardman. Those are all three speedy guys. I think they're just trying to replicate that same situation with Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, and Rasheed Rice if he plays. Um, so they're just trying to compliment Mahomes at the end of the day. And
But bro, you don't think like that last year? Like I feel like their biggest hole was like they had the fast receivers. They had like MVS who was beating dudes downfield. They had McCole Hardman who was beating dudes downfield, but they didn't have like reliable hands. You know. So
yeah,
that's why I feel like Xavier Worthy definitely is gonna beat people down the field. But are you gonna trust him to catch the fucking ball? Like I can't sit here and act like I'm 100% confident that Xavier Worthy is gonna end up being a good like receiver. He's gonna be fast again, and I get what you're saying too. Where like Mahomes got the arm to hit anyone, so if Xavier Worthy could develop those wide receiver skills, he'll be a dog. But
I think I think it's a high risk, high reward situation.
I
I
agree.
think it could be a bust like you said, like John Ross, or it could be a hit as a like Tyreek. So I think it's really about like if he stays healthy. Like I think Tyreek Hill going into his draft when he got drafted, not a lot of people were as high as on him when he got drafted, and I don't think there were a lot of like good scouting reports on him until he made a big impact in the league because of his speed. So I think it depends on the health, honestly. At the end of the day,
Yeah, Tyreek was picked fifth over or in the fifth round,
hmm
which is that is crazy. Um, I want to see. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was definitely an interesting pick. That's the most I really felt about a pick. Tyler Guyton goes to the Cowboys. You got anything else you want to say about that?
no, shout out Troy Franklin.
Quick plug. I shout out Texans, dude. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that pick, bro. That was a sneaky late round pick. That like I could definitely see impacting right away, bro. Like you think Troy Franklin's a better receiver than Jerry Judy?
Coming out of the draft,
No, right now
or just right
today,
now. Yeah, for sure,
I do too.
for sure.
Ride for your guys. Um,
Yeah, got to.
Cowboys select Tyler Guyton, O line. I give it an A. Only thing I don't like about this really is I feel like that means like they're gonna rock out with Dak for a while, and I'm not the biggest Dak guy. I think Dak is gonna have a Russell Wilson year next year. Um, but Guyton was the best O lineman on the board, best offensive tackle on the board. I think they could have addressed a wide receiver two, wide receiver three kind of role. Um, but yeah, they needed O line. That's why this pick's an A. What would you think?
I give it a B plus. I think, I pretty much agree with what you said. I think they needed an O line. I think Dak does have a little bit of a fall off. I don't think it's gonna be like as crazy of a fall off, but I think he'll still be all right because they did lose a bit on the offense. So obviously, without those weapons, it's not gonna make him produce as much. So, I give it a B plus. I think Tyler Guyton was, I had him go in the first round too. So that's the first round batch of O linemen,
I think you
and
put me on him.
really,
I think you put me on him. I think that was the dude I said you put me on. But no, he's good, bro. He's a beast. Like he's gonna be a dominant offensive tackle in the NFL, I think. But yeah, I just like there was definitely receivers on the board, especially with Xavier Worthy going. Like they left a receiver on the board. But yeah, I have a homie at work who's a Cowboys fan. He was telling me how like they'll run CeeDee Lamb at running back sometimes, and I'm like, bro, like you got to have some more receivers out there to feel a little more confident in that because you do not want CeeDee Lamb to be running the way Debo runs. He'll get hurt quick.
Yeah, no, I'd agree for sure. Yeah, I think he's that guy to him.
That was
Did you see what I
wild.
did there?
Nah, you're fired. He's that
That's
guy
what
to
was.
tie the guy.
Quite a
Oh,
guy.
fuck you. Nate Wiggins to the Ravens. Pick 14.
Yes.
Um, I gave it a B. I think Nate Wiggins and TJ Tampa, the other cornerback they drafted, is really similar to like Quinion and Cooper DeJean. It's like a tier down from that. It's gonna be elite cornerback duo. Um,
Yeah. Why wouldn't
and
you give this a name?
because I like Kool Aid more. Simple. I'm drinking the cool. I'm drinking Kool Aid's Kool Aid. I'm Team Kool Aid all the way. Uh, yeah. Why? What did you give it? Why'd you give it? Give it draft
Yeah,
day.
I gave it an A plus, honestly, bro. I think
But
what
go talk about. You like Nate Wiggins or Kool Aid better?
I think it's a coin flip amongst them, but I wouldn't mind taking Nate Wiggins. Again, I think it's the style. I think he fits right in the style, and I think the Ravens saw something that we didn't. They were one of the first teams to sign a rookie on a deal. So to have a rookie sign that fast is not normal. It's not common. So they were really trying to lock him in, and I think he's gonna have a great impact. I think he's gonna have. I think he'll end up overtaking Marlon Humphrey. Honestly,
Yeah, I think he's good, bro. He's
yeah.
definitely good. I feel like he was one of the best cornerbacks the whole time he was in college football. But
Hmm.
again, bro, maybe I'm high on Kool Aid, too high. Um,
Yeah, you're drinking too much Kool Aid.
Drinking too much of that Kool Aid. Kool Aid. I agree with you though. I definitely think he could overtake Marlon Humphrey. Um,
Hmm.
Next pick was Ricky Pearsall. Yap about it.
Ricky Pearsall, average B, average Joe. Um,
Average Joe.
like I don't know. In this situation, like I had them drafting a lineman, but I guess receiver wouldn't hurt in this case, even though they already have Ayuk and Debo. I think Debo could be gone in this situation now since they drafted Ricky. Um, you know,
Ricky.
but I do like a lot of other receivers other than him though.
Oh, I put a list together, bro. I
Yeah.
like Ladd. I like Jalen Pope. I like Roman Wilson. I like Keon Coleman, Xavier Legette, A.D. Mitchell. I had all those guys ranked above Ricky Pearsall. But I feel like the 49ers got the guy they wanted. So I'm gonna give them that. Like, they didn't really need to fill a position. So it's not like they filled a position with a dude I think is going to bust. It's more like, hey, we draft our guy we like. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
my only thing, bro, is like Ayuk and Debo are gonna go. One of them's gonna go, and if one of them goes, you're still the 49ers. You're still gonna contend. Is Ricky Pearsall really that guy to be a wide receiver two on a contending team? I don't think so.
No. No, absolutely not.
You feel me? Especially if Ayuk's the one to go, because Ayuk's the receiver. Like Pearsall's gonna have to become that because Debo's still gonna have to do his Debo actions with his touches in the backfield and stuff like that. So that would mean Ricky Pearsall's pretty much like gonna play the role of a wide receiver one, and I don't think that's realistic for him.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, like I do trust Kyle Shanahan, implementing a good like play style when it comes to Ricky Pearsall. I think he has a great brain when it comes to the offense. So I'm sure he saw something out of Ricky that he really liked. Um, Kind of made the jump to go after him in this pick. It would have been interesting though, because it would have been interesting if they drafted like say like Malachi Corley, because I feel like he is literally like the Debo like duplicate,
Yes.
very similar. play style, very similar physique. So if they drafted him and then trade Debo, that's really like you're basically getting a younger Debo. You're just developing him again in this situation. So I honestly would have liked that better and have them like maybe like just trade down or something, or just pick another position.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense, but I feel like yeah, my trust like a lot of the other dudes I graded lower because they took a dude I didn't really rock with. Like I trust Shanahan to make the right pick, you know. Like his view is probably over mine. Um,
Hmm.
but the last player, Xavier Leggett, I actually did have a lot of notes on this because I thought this was
Okay.
one of the more interesting picks of the draft. I gave it a B plus. Um, I
Hmm.
do think like you target a receiver because Bryce Young last year, like that was his biggest excuse. We don't have any receivers. But I just feel like Jonathan Mingo definitely was asked last year, but I feel like you take away that chance from him to show like, hey, I could be a wide receiver 3. You know, I was in a role I wasn't ready for last year, but maybe this year I could step up. Same thing with Terrence Marshall Jr. Like they're not as good, but I don't know. Like there's an Xavier Leggett somewhere next year. You know, like if they wanted to, they could take a dude like that next year and let Mingo and Terrence Marshall rock out.
Yeah. So why do you give it like such like a higher grade than like a B plus?
Because I do
Like,
think like I like them trading up to get Leggett because I think they believe in Leggett and they showed they believe in Leggett by trading up because now they get a 5th year option with him. So they pretty much have him locked down for the next 5 years, and I think he's good. But I just like I think he's better than Mingo and Terrence Marshall. I just feel like you're kind of counting them out, you know. And like for a team that's not competing, like you want to let your young guys ball, but maybe they're saying that about Bryce Young and they want to let him ball. I like them picking Jatavion Sanders, Jonathan Brooks. Like they had a good off seasons for sure. They signed two lineman Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis too. So like they're gonna improve. Um, but
yeah.
yeah, I mean that was kind of I liked Leggett. I thought it was maybe a weird fit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I actually gave this the lowest grade in the draft, which is a C minus.
Damn.
Same situation as Pearsall. I just think there are better options in this case when it comes to receiver. I would have basically taken anyone on this list other than like maybe the lower guys like Tez Walker and like Johnny Wilson, McMillican, or McMillan. I mean, um, I don't know. Like it's just a receiver, honestly. Like I do understand they still have Adam Thielen and they got Deontay Johnson now, so maybe they're just looking for that receiver 3 spot, which it could really be up for the heirs at this point. Like Xavier Leggett, like he's not a receiver 1, so I guess it's fine. It's not like he's coming into the role for that. So, but I would just prefer another receiver at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that kind of covers everything for the draft. You had anything else you want to say?
Um, I think we're gonna have a great tank season next season for the Broncos.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have the gear, the number one pick next year. Shadur Sanders. I just seen a mock draft with him going number one to the Broncos. So
Are you serious?
yeah, which is crazy. Like going Bo Nix,
Yeesh.
Shadur back to back.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope Bo Nix is the truth, but I just feel like he's an average.
The transitional quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's just there just for like the era.
The next
Um,
Brock Osweiler.
Better than him, hopefully.
You think he's the best? He'll be the best Broncos quarterback in the last like 10 years since Peyton.
Bo,
Yeah.
I like. I think Russ was better than Bo.
Russ.
I,
Okay,
s-
let me
I,
see.
s- I still like Russ, man.
But he was
I
just so
just think
bad, bro.
he's not that bad. He really isn't that bad.
These are the quarterbacks you guys. Can you name all the quarterbacks you guys have had since Peyton Manning.
I think I can name most of them. How many are on the list?
These are every quarterback that has start one game.
How many on the
So
list?
let me see. 2, 3.
I know like one season we had like 4 or 5 different starters.
It's like 12.
12? I could probably name like over half of it, that's for sure.
I'm gonna set the line at 8.5.
8.5?
All
Okay.
right, let's
All
see
right.
it. Let us know now in the comments if you took the over or under. Let's see it.
All right. I need like wait, are you able to like pull up like a doc or something just so I make sure I don't say the same name?
Yeah, I'll write it down. I got it written down. I'll let you know who you say.
All right. Case Keenum,
Okay.
Brock Osweiler.
Okay.
We'll go Drew Lock, Brett Rippin,
Okay.
Russell Wilson.
Remember, it just started one game.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeff Driscoll.
Yeah.
Uh, fuck. Who's that other guy? No,
You're at 6 right now. You're
not
already
Matt
halfway.
Cassell. It's not Matt Cassell. It's dude. There's like
Who are you thinking about?
no, Josh Johnson. He started a game, I think, right? No,
I don't see him on here.
no.
He might have came in.
Oh fuck! Who's that one guy that like he plays receiver, but he started a game as a
It was
quarterback? I
it
forgot
was
his
a
name.
it was a running back that they listed as a starter.
They listed as a starter.
Yeah, it was a
No,
running
that
back.
I
I
thought it
thought it
was
was a receiver too. I thought it was Kendall Hinton, right?
Kendall Hilton. Yeah, he didn't
But
start a game.
it says a running back. You know this running back though.
Philip Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, Kendall Hinton started a game. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I bet it. I bet it was
Did he?
that game.
Was that game? Okay.
I bet it was because it seems like the same season.
Okay. So 7. I already said Drew Lock. Fuck, dude. This is like,
You're at 7. I set the line at 8.5. I set a money line.
cause I know Case Keenum was the guy we signed a deal for. That was a stupid deal.
You said him though. He's on there.
Yeah. I think there was another guy on his level. I just can't think of his name right
There's
now.
one dude we said earlier. Yeah, one dude we said earlier. One dude who I think just like retired, and one dude who had a good year last year.
Um, Bro, I'm blanking right now.
You're missing 2017 starter. He started for the Jets too, I think. Yeah, he started for the Jets last year.
Bro. Oh, wait, no. I was about to say Zach Wilson.
How well do you know Denver?
Bro. Oh my god, bro. I'm blanking so hard.
My hair's wild, but if you're here this late, you could see my hair.
Damn, I never even seen anything like that.
I got the Karen look.
Oh my god, bro. I know he's white.
They're all white except one.
Bro. You might fuck, bro.
Okay,
I
okay.
really want to give this, but wait. What's
All
another
right,
hint?
I don't want to give too many hints because I've set the line. You want to give up right here, and I'll start giving you hints for each player.
Oh, bro, I
You're
really
gonna have
gotta
to get
get.
two of them to go over.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
All right, you want me to start hitting you up?
Yeah.
Okay. So this dude started for the Jets. You guys. He also played on the Bengals. I think it said Bears, Saints, Titans, Vikings.
Damn, a hopper.
He
What
was a
team did he get
hopper.
drafted?
You guys.
We drafted him?
2015.
Oh, fuck. I know Paxton Lynch was one of them.
Yeah, Paxton Lynch was, but that's not who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um, what else? What else about this guy? He was really bad last year, bro. Like it was him and he was on the Jets last year, and it was like him, Zach Wilson, Tim Boyle, and they all like kept switching around because this guy could not do nothing.
Bro. And he just retired?
No, this guy didn't retire. This guy's still young. I think he just sucks.
What team is he on now? Is he on the team?
I think he's technically on the Jets, but he might be a free agent.
Is he the black guy?
White guy.
Bro. What number does he wear?
Number 3 with the Broncos.
He wore number 3 with us?
Yes, he was terrible, bro.
I said.
Oh,
I said
he wore
Justice
3 and
Story
13.
Brett Whipping, right?
Yeah, you said both of those guys. This guy was disgustingly bad, bro. Like, let me see if I can pull up his stats.
Bro, I'm drawing a blank, bro.
With the Broncos, he actually his first year he threw for like almost 4K. He threw for 3,400, 18 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. First name starts with a T. This guy's a Super Bowl champ?
I was about to say Tim Tebow.
Did he win the Super Bowl? You guys won the Super Bowl in 2015?
Yeah.
Okay. He was on the roster.
Bro, what?
I did not know that.
And it's not Brock Osweiler.
Starts with a T. Last name starts with an S.
Oh, bro.
You said it, I think.
Trevor Simeon.
Yeah.
Man.
Other dude, bro. Like I feel like is like a Madden god. Like I feel like everyone liked this guy. Quarterback, played for the Vikings. Got hurt with the Vikings and then like bounced around.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah. Okay, last guy won comeback player of the year last year.
There's one more?
Yeah, he won comeback player of the year last year.
For quarterback? Oh, Joe Flacco.
Yeah, let me see. There might be one more.
Damn, bro. Yeah, I should have got them all.
Oh, there's another dude. I don't know much about this guy though. 2019 played 3 games for you guys.
What is he now?
I don't think he's in the league. I guess he was on the 49ers last year, but he didn't play. He played for Cincinnati in 21, 6 games. With you guys, he started 1 game in 2019 in week 8.
Damn.
Threw for 193, 2 touchdowns.
When was the last game? Or when was the last team he was on?
He's still on the 49ers. He's thrown 10 NFL touchdowns. Name starts with a B.
Blaine Gabbert?
Nah. This one's hard. You want me to just tell you?
You think I know him?
I don't know. I never heard of him. I'm not gonna lie. But maybe because you're a Broncos fan.
Is his name first name Brandon?
Yeah.
Brandon Johnson?
Nah, it's Brandon Allen.
Brandon Allen.
And then you also didn't say Brock Osweiler, but
What? I did. Brock Osweiler?
I don't think you said him. I think we talked about him before, but we'll run the tape back.
Okay.
Instant replay.
That's
Thank
fine.
you.
I still hit the under.
Still hit the under. That's what you bet on, Jonte Porter. Thank you guys for listening to the Hot Seat Podcast. We hit an hour 20, longest episode yet. If you made it this far, comment Anthony's Karen hair, and I'll pin you. Anything you want to say, Will?
And they want to say, oh, I meant to just put this in the comments, but, run the play, baby.